Now, specifically to the Japanese market, this is what we need. We need front-end developers. We need people who just understand the basic language of this world, which is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, Japan has a huge gap in this area right now because traditional education paths are focused more on back-end development, which I think, just personal opinion, but I believe this comes from Japan's focus on manufacturing, monozukuri, and career paths, computer science courses at college that are geared much more towards learning how to build manufacturing processes or robotics or things that require full stack development or more back-end development. And the front-end side of our current technologies, the marketing tools that we use, advertising tools, and just day-to-day work processes that we use, this has kind of been ignored. So the true promise of Society 5.0 is connecting all this data together. And the front end of that is the UIs, the user interfaces, the user experience that we work with on a daily basis. Unfortunately, this is an area there where Japan is very weak. And so I highly encourage everybody to develop their skills on these front-end coding skills. And then to get an understanding of the concepts of user experience optimization, UI design, best practices, and conversion optimization. So it's very important to understand how to provide a good experience for your customers when they come into your digital environment, whether that be a website or an app or some sort of kiosk or even a voice-enabled device. You need to think about what are the best practices for giving them a good customer experience. What sort of a user interface should they be using? And what user interface is the correct match for each audience segment, as it should be different for each persona. So you need to have a good understanding of customer journey mapping, what you expect people to do when they come to your website, for example, and the steps that they should take as they go through a checkout funnel or as they're contacting customer service. And you need to test this. You need to understand the data, the underlying analytics data. You need to be able to engage in A/B testing to test out different journeys, different experiences, and optimize them. And you need to have a good understanding of design best practices, correct use of fonts and font sizes and white space and laying out elements in your interface for best usability. So the thing that gives the best underlying insight into all of this is analytics. And I've put these together, analytics and audience segmentation, because if you use a good analytics tool, it gives you real insight into your actual customers. So you can look at Google Analytics, for example, and get some insight into what type of people, the demographics of the users who are coming to your website, and the type of actions your different user segments take on the website. So just as a basic starting point, getting into analytics is basically, that's the baseline. That's where you need to start from. That's the ground zero. And then machine learning, AI, and deep learning. This is more complicated. It requires deeper study, but these are essentially the core tools for the future. So to truly future-proof your career for the next 15 or 20 years, you need to invest in at least understanding this language. Even if you're simply a business decision maker, you need to understand the type of insights that are being pulled from data, how those insights were garnered, and what the application of them is. In order to read the increasing amounts of data that we have in our daily lives, we require data scientists who can actually process that, require developers who can create new experiences around those, and data platform engineers who can actually build that out. All right, so to get these skills, here are some of my recommendations. First of all, to understand analytics, you can just go through Google Analytics free online courses. I'll share these slides with everybody so that you'll have this link. But you can go and get certified on these courses. And I recommend going through all of them. Get a good understanding of the entire Google 360 platform, Data Studio, which is a data visualization tool, and Google Tag Manager for managing all the different experiences on a website. This is extremely valuable to have this core foundation. And then you can get into the Google developer training. There are various different modules. They'll train you on Android development, web development, machine learning, and so on. And then you could look at Amazon AWS courses. So these are free online courses to learn about machine learning, to get certified on Amazon's AWS hosting platform. And there are different tracks. So you can choose the business decision maker track, or the data platform engineer track, data scientist or developer. And a little shout out to our own service. Dynamic Yield recently launched our XP Squared Experience Optimization Learning Paths. So we have multiple different paths, from A/B testing and optimization to personalization and targeting, product recommendations, CRO, growth marketing, e-commerce experience optimization, and so on. And these are all free, open to the general public. So I highly recommend that you go through these and get certified on the Dynamic Yield platform as well.